record at midway point since 90-91, and they made the playoffs that year. The 76ers, look at their leaders. Steals, #1. Opponents' turnovers, #1. Almost 19 per game. And the 76ers have out-rebound 21 of 25 opponents so far this season. And you're going to win a lot of ball games when you are dealing like that on the defensive end. Break it down a little bit further. 5-game increments, 4-1 in the first 5, 1-4 in the second. But take a look at that middle 5, 5-0. And all of a sudden, the last 5 games, just 2-3. But before we started playing those 5 opponents, they were 67-27. So 2-3 is not a bad stretch at that time. Now let's take a look at the next 5 games. Here we are at Vancouver, Friday versus Boston and Philly, then at Atlanta, at Chicago, and at Miami. A couple difficult games coming up, but nonetheless, if you have good concentration, you have life, you have energy, you can win those games.
Beginning the second half of the season tonight, Larry Brown says the Sixers have to adjust to the defenses keying on Allen Iverson.
Now a lot of teams realize that Allen's the biggest part of our offense, and they're doubling him. So we got to move the ball a little bit quicker and realize that we got to get opportunities off our defense to make him more effective. So I think that's what we're hoping for the next 25 games.
What made you the happiest in the first 25?
Well, again, it's the effort, the fact that this team has really good character. You know, I'm proud to be associated with the guys that I'm coaching and the guys I coach with. I think that's been good, and we've built on what we did the last 30 games of last season. I was very happy with that group that ended the year and the way that team tried, and it's kind of carried over with this group.
And Steve, here is printed proof that Allen Iverson has made a tremendous transition to the 2 spot.
Oh, he's having a fabulous year, Mark. He leads the NBA in scoring. Take a look at Allen's season numbers in the top 5 in 3 categories, having a wonderful year. He would be an all-star if there was a game this season. Let's take a look at Allen Iverson. Beautiful move, getting by the entire defense of the Indiana Pacers, getting to the hoop, getting the steal. Allen Iverson, a wonderful year, takes it to the hoop, gets a kiss off the glass, and then watch this move. Brings the crowd in Philadelphia to its feet. Big round of applause for Allen Iverson in Philly against the Lakers. Outstanding year for Allen Iverson.
The outstanding Neil Hartman will pick it up with more of our pregame report. We'll have all the action, the 76ers and the Vancouver Grizzlies, right after this.
He didn't believe us.
What, Jeff Gordon?
Yeah, he won it. What else is new? Yeah. Who else wins?
Yeah, good point. He's won like 7 races this year. You know, I think
yeah.
Pretty good start.
I think I got mine already. No, I'm not. I'm seriously considering 76ers basketball on Comcast Sportsnet is being brought to you by the Pennsylvania Lottery. Lottery proceeds benefit older Pennsylvanians. Anything I don't get off of here. And flash me, please, personal foul, team foul. '76ers basketball on Comcast Sportsnet is being brought to you by the Pennsylvania Lottery. Lottery proceeds benefit older Pennsylvanians. By Bud Light. For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light. By your Key States Jeep dealer. Jeep, there's only one. By Pico Energy. No doubt about it. By Toyota. Every day belongs to you. Make it count. Toyota, every day. By First Union, your guide to the financial world. By Comcast Metrophone. When you want digital PCS you can count on, visit your nearest Comcast store or dealer or call 1-888-877-CELL. And by your local McDonald's. Did somebody say McDonald's? The First Union starters tonight for the 76ers, Lynch, Ratliff, Geiger, Iverson, and Snow. For the Grizzlies, Abdurrahim, Parks, Massenberg, Lopez, and Bibby. It's General Motors Place, affectionately known as the Garage here in Vancouver. Along with the Mayor Steve Mix, Mark Zumoff tonight, bringing you the finale of this three-game road trip for Larry Brown's team. They have dropped their first two at Portland and at Seattle. Coach Brian Hill, in his second season in Vancouver, really beset by injuries and dealing with the struggles of youth. The officials for tonight, Louis Grillo, Hugh Evans, and Tony Brothers. Allen Iverson, not only a bruised right thigh Friday against LA in Philly, but sustaining a split lower lip at Seattle a couple of nights ago. Sharif Abdurrahim leads his Vancouver team in a number of offensive categories. So expect those guys to get the majority of the looks tonight. No Big Country Reeves, no Doug West, no Lee Mayberry, and several others out for the Grizzlies. And we're running tonight from GM Place here in Vancouver. That's Mike Bibby, the second pick of the draft over the summer. And the son of Henry against Allen Iverson, who makes the steal. The Sixers lead the NBA in that category. Allen is hit and fouled by the rookie Bibby as the Sixers take their first possession of the night.
Well, the 76ers with three guys in the top 6 in the NBA in steals. Allen Iverson, number 3, picking the pocket there of Bibby. He's going to take it all away, and Bibby gives him the bump.
That is an amazing stat, Steve, when you think about it. 3 guys among the leaders in steals. One of them, George Lynch, the former Vancouver Grizzly, and the former 76er, Tony Massenberg, with a rebound. Vancouver coming in 5-21 as Massenberg misses. The former St. John's product, Felipe Lopez, with a rebound. Earning the Grizzlies here a fresh 24. They're looking Abdur-Rahim's way, being defended by George Lynch. And whistles sound. Now, they were considering the illegal defense call, and in fact, they do make it against the Sixers, who are claiming the ball fake. So the illegal defense officially assessed, or is it? Okay.
76ers winning the argument early on here. Actually, I thought that was a pretty good call by the officials, not giving the 76ers that illegal defense.
Abdur-Rahim likes to operate with his back to the basket. The steal by Lynch there as he had Massenberg leaking down the floor, and George gets the first 2 of the game.
That's a great outlet pass by Matt Geiger, just over the outstretched fingertips of Cherokee Parks, hitting Lynch in stride.
Good defense by the Sixers. Ratliff and Iverson converging on Bibby. Abdur-Rahim with a miss, and Lynch with a board. Sixers 14-11 at the halfway point of this 50-game season, as Lynch intended that as a pass for Geiger, and Ratliff there to clean up. Theo rebounding well on the trip thus far, and he had 5 blocks at Seattle on Monday. He is 4th in the NBA in that category, as the Sixers looking aggressive here defensively. That's Lopez hitting the deck. It goes out of bounds, and the Grizzlies turn it over, and they will do that a lot.
Well, they certainly do. When you take a look at the numbers, they're 28th in the league, about 17.5 per game. In the last 6 games, better than 19.
Brian Hill calling a 20-second timeout. The Grizzlies have been late getting back defensively. You saw Matt Geiger there with an opportunity before he was fouled, and Hill needs to stop the bleeding. His team is 4-10 here at home. And with that 5-21 mark, only the LA Clippers are worse in the NBA overall.
Well, they started out the season at 3-3, but they've dropped 18 of their last 20. I mean, things have gone south for them in a hurry. They're 26 in the league defensively, giving up better than 99 points per game. Last year, though, I mean, that's an improvement. Last year, they were 28th in the league, giving up better than 104 per game. So if there's a bright spot, you can say defense, although they are still 26 in the league in that category.
Matt Geiger will be getting extra minutes tonight. No Tyrone Hill because of stiffness in his neck and 3 stitches that he received after a laceration over the left eye a couple of nights ago at Seattle. Tyrone, just some muscular stiffness in that neck after being examined, and he expects to be ready Friday when the Sixers take on the Boston Celtics at First Union Center. It's been a solid trip for Matt. He had 19 in Portland on Sunday, though he did have a string of 19 straight free throws made, broken at Seattle on Monday. The Sixers
still in the top 10 in that category, though.
Oh, yeah. There's Bibby. Beautiful reverse layup by Mike Bibby, who averages 13 per night, the rookie out of Arizona. Came out after his sophomore season, as did this fellow, Allen Iverson, who was in search of a foul there on Lopez. Bibby just inside the arc, getting 2.
A little 20-second timeout by Vancouver. Coach talking to him a little bit. Got him going.
Sixers right now 5-5 on the road. Still one of the better marks in the NBA, though they have dropped 2 straight. The games at Portland and Seattle. Trouble scoring on this trip. Yet to break 80 points in either of those games. Ratliff, his own miss. Now Geiger comes down with it. And the Sixers now have a fresh 24. Iverson, good look for Lynch, who lays it in over his shoulder. George Lynch in all 2 seasons here in Vancouver after 3 as an LA Laker.
Almost a double-double those last 5 games, 11.5 points, a little better than 9 boards per game.
Abdur-Rahim, a tough cover, and Ratliff there to erase that. The king of denial comes 4th again as Eric Snow in transition gets 2. Boy, Eric Mundy at Seattle, his 5th game as a starter this year without a turnover. That's remarkable for a point guard. The Sixers lead by 6. You can see the Sixers much more committed defensively tonight. Cherokee Parks didn't get it off in the shot clock violation on the Grizzlies. It is their 3rd turnover Only Houston is worse in the NBA in terms of turnovers per game.
And that's hard to fathom too when you're sitting there thinking about 3 of the top 50 basketball players of all time on that team, right? You're still turning that thing over quite regularly down in Houston.
The Sixers, conversely, tops in the NBA at forcing turnovers. Ratliff against Massenberg. And a foul coming up on Tony Massenberg. He's starting for the injured Reeves, and Massenberg himself is injured, playing with a bad right wrist.
Little bump, turn away, fade away to the baseline.
Sixers have it back with a fresh 24. Allen Iverson is hit on his way in. Cherokee Parks picking up his second already. 14 fouls on the Grizzlies here with 4:01 gone in the first.
Allen Iverson getting by Cherokee Parks, just as we saw in the opening. Allen Iverson getting by Rick Smits, using his quickness. More speed and quickness than Jeff Gordon getting to the hoop.
Now you planned to say that. You wound up with that about what? An hour ago. But good. It's cute. The Animals now into the game. Number 34 is Michael Smith in for Cherokee Parks, one of 5 reserves that Brian Hill has to call on tonight. Dressed only 9 in a loss a couple of nights ago at Phoenix. Massenberg contends with Ratliff, the second block here in the first quarter for Theo. Snow, as Ratliff runs the floor, and he is rewarded. Boy, the Sixers have been beating the Grizzlies down the floor consistently here in the first quarter.
Well, obviously the 76ers coaching staff saw a flaw in the Vancouver's defense. Just take it at them and go quickly to the hoop. You know, the one thing that will allow you to do that, Mark, is defensive rebounding and getting the steals. And so far tonight, the 76ers have done just that.
The foul was on Matt Geiger. His first. And just the first on the team. And 2 coming for Felipe Lopez. 6'5", 195. He's been a starter the last couple of weeks. Doug West is now out for the season. The Villanova product suffering from a broken toe. Nothing worse than being young and struggling and heaping injuries on top of that. But that's the case here in Vancouver.
That's why you go with the Rudy T theory of just bringing in the CBA guys that have been there for a few years and a lot of veterans. Hard to win with young players.
Geiger, rebounded by Massenberg. Vancouver out-rebounded by an average of 4 per game. As they look to Abdur-Rahim against Lynch, the 2 used to go at it in practice. Good look for Smith, and Ratliff just laying down the law here in the first quarter. Lynch the trailer from Snow, and the 76ers are running and gunning tonight here in Vancouver. Lynch with 6 of the Sixers' 15. Abdur-Rahim yet to get on track. Lopez. Here come the Sixers again. This is a 3-on-1. Geiger to Iverson, who lays it in.
Boy, it's been a layup drill for the 76ers all night long, who find themselves up by 11. Coach Hill wants to get that timeout. 6:03 to go here in the first.
76ers with fast break points tonight galore. Shooting 58%, almost halfway through the first. This one here is weird. That's weird.
How many is this seat? They've been getting pretty good crowds? No. That's it? Yeah.
Wow, pre-printed? Pre-printed?
It's
pretty
How about
cool.
that? Here you go. Here you go.
Wow.
Thanks.
Because Allen Iverson's crossover dribble has become famous throughout the galaxy, the first 5,000 youngsters 12 and under to arrive at the First Union Center on Friday, April 16th will get something out of this world. The 76ers launching Meanies Night, and they'll be giving away a limited edition numbered Alien Iverson. It's a plush beanbag toy created as a parody of the 76ers point guard, courtesy of our friends at Frito-Lay. Alien Iverson, a special edition from the Meanies Group, manufactured by the Idea Factory, sure to become a collector's item. Tickets available at the 76ers box office, all Ticketmaster locations, or by calling Ticketmaster at 215-336-2000. And a timeout is called. 5:51 to play here in the first. We'll be back.
Why did we bother?
It's great. Holy cow. Oh, that's a good one. That's pretty good.
Intriguing group.
Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun.
A preview of the Phillies 99 on Comcast Sportsnet. Building Blocks, Sunday at 8 o'clock. Steve, easy buckets personified tonight.
14 of the 17 points scored so far by the 76ers have come in the paint. Mostly layups on fast break opportunities. Theo Ratliff, 4 points, 3 blocks in the first 6 minutes.
3 blocks, 1 below his per game average. Here are the Grizzlies out of the timeout with only 6 to shoot. Geiger and Iverson out on Bibby. Another illegal defense call, though this one will stick, so it goes down as a warning against the 76ers. The Grizzlies have it back here with a fresh 24. The only meeting this year between the teams, the Sixers have won 5 straight, their longest streak against any other NBA opponent. Abdur-Rahim, frustrated thus far, running into Eric Snow, picks up the personal foul. For Snow, his first, and the second on the team. Abdur-Rahim way outside. Again, he loves to operate down low with his back to the basket. Geiger, Ratliff, off of Massenberg, out of bounds. A heady play by Theo Ratliff.
A lot of life in the 76ers. The 76ers really couldn't match the energy that Seattle had in the second and third quarter the other night, but the 76ers have really come out and played with a lot of life, energy, and intensity so far here in the first 7 minutes of this game.
Abdur-Rahim fronted by Lynch. Ironically, George backing up Abdur-Rahim when he played for those 2 years here in Vancouver. Lopez against a slick defender in Snow. That's Smith, the rebounder, finding Lopez. Blocked by Ratliff, his fourth. Snow and Iverson, who wants it? It'll be Allen.
Look at that, just great hustle, great timing by Theo Ratliff. Getting the block one more time, just leading to another fast break. An easy layup for the 76ers.
All 5 Sixers starters have scored thus far here in the first. They're up 13, their largest advantage. Again, Lynch fronting Abdur-Rahim. And it goes off of his fingertips and out of bounds. Something tells me, Steve, in his own quiet way, George Lynch will want to make a statement tonight with Abdur-Rahim.
Guess they just didn't know what they had, huh? Take a look at Lopez going up. Great timing. Theo Ratliff hanging underneath the rim, swatting it out to the free throw line. The 76ers were able to pick it up in a very unselfish play by Eric Snow, giving the layup to Allen Iverson.
Iverson, high beams on, gets 2. Allen 3 for 4. He's got 7. And the Sixers leading by 15 and unrelenting still on defense. Massenberg as 2 Sixers fly by, gets 2. Tony Massenberg, his 7th year, his 9th, count them 9 NBA teams, not mentioning, of course, Italy and Spain. Geiger from Iverson. 21-8 Sixers. DeJuan Wheat, number 6, into the game for the first time for Mike Bibby. This is Massenberg. Got 2 more. Tony Massenberg averages 9. He has 4. It's the first time in his career he is playing consecutive seasons with the same team. Talk about chasing your dream to all 4 corners of the globe. Ratliff runs into Smith. The offensive foul, Theo Ratliff. That's his first.
76ers going with the pick and roll. Theo Ratliff trying to take it all the way to the hoop. Theo comes up limping just a little bit, holding that right knee. Smith got drilled pretty good. He's slow getting up.
Vancouver losing Monday at Phoenix, 89-84, though the Suns overall struggling at home. Vancouver only 9 healthy players for that one. Abdur-Rahim still in search of that elusive field goal. And good work that time by the Grizzlies off the offensive glass. 6 straight now for Vancouver. Larry Brown chooses to call a timeout here as his team up as many as 15. Now leading by 9 with 2:23 to go here in the first quarter as the Sixers look to salvage 1 game from this 3-game road trip here against the Grizzlies.
Take a look at Abdur-Rahim going to the hoop. Take a look at Matt Geiger grabbing the rim and flipping the ball out of there. Brian Hill up looking at the official saying, hey, how about the goaltending call? No call there, but Vancouver starting to hustle a little bit, getting the old board, taking it back up, getting a kiss off the glass. They're getting their offense moving just a little bit. 76ers still up 9 with 2:23 to go here in the first quarter. 76ers 9 of 15 from the floor, 60%. Vancouver shooting 5 of 16, just 31%. 76ers defense, Mark, just doing a great job here in the first quarter.
Allen Iverson leading the Sixers with 7, and that's 60% percentage as you take a look at the matchup that we forecasted for you during our open. And Abdur-Rahim, who was 3rd in the NBA in scoring, yet to register a point. Allen Iverson looking very comfortable here in the first quarter in spite of that split lip and that contusion on the right thigh that continues to bother him. Abdur-Rahim leads the Grizzlies in scoring, rebounding, steals, blocks. He's 2nd in assists, and he averages 41 minutes per night. But Theo Ratliff setting the tone and springing the Sixers in transition.
Setting the tone early, getting the block there on Massenberg. Eric Snow comes up with that one. Once again, just hanging underneath the bucket, getting his second block, and seemed like every time Theo Ratliff got the block, it led to a 76ers fast break opportunity and a score. Theo Ratliff with 4 blocks now. He's 4th in the league at just a tad over 3 per game, so tonight's game will certainly help. He'll sleep well on the plane going back. You always get concerned, Mark, about these getaway games when you come out west, especially after losing to Portland and Seattle, how the team will react. Sometimes they get their head back up, they get their shoulders square, and then all of a sudden they come out and play hard. Sometimes they just hang everything, droop their shoulders, and they don't play very well at all. It makes for a long flight back after the game.
And the Grizzlies now trying to scramble back into it. Starting the quarter, 2 for 12 shooting. They have hit 3 of their last 4. And in search of their most important player, Abdur-Rahim, and Lynch is just shutting him down here in the first quarter. They can't even get him the ball. Massenberg tried to lay it off. The Sixers gobbled it up. Lynch ahead of Wheat for 2 more.
Another steal, another fast break layup.
All George Lynch wanted was an opportunity. Couldn't get it here in Vancouver. Couldn't get it in 3 seasons with the Lakers, but now flourishing as a Sixer. And there, Ratliff, his 5th block of a quarter. Lynch behind the back for Iverson. This is basketball here in Vancouver. Iverson with 9. The Sixers shooting 61%. Ahead by 13. This is Wheat, the second-year performer out of Louisville. Only 5'11", 165. With injuries, he has been getting more playing time. Signed as a free agent, played with Minnesota last year, originally drafted 2nd round by the Lakers.
See, the one thing that Theo Ratliff has done, he's going to force Vancouver into shooting jump shots. 3-on-2 fast break, and Wheat throws the ball away, turnover.
He discovered he couldn't fly.
Theo just does a great job, especially tonight with his 5 blocks. All of a sudden, Vancouver with 45 seconds to go here in the first, they have to start thinking, I can't take it in there on Theo. Just shoot 15, 18, or 3-point jump shots, and you're going to lose that way.
Not a great shooting team to begin with either.
No, they're 20th in the league, about 42%.
Matt Geiger over Pete Chilcutter's come on. And this is Wheat with about 30 seconds to go in the first. Takes on Lynch, absorbs the contact. The Sixers did have a foul to give, but it is in the act. So DeJuan Wheat going to the line for the Grizzlies here. Shoot 2. Larry Hughes, who actually led the Sixers in scoring at Seattle with 15, comes in to get Eric Snow. DeJuan Wheat, who had some great numbers in college, scoring, assists, steals, as we take a look at the rookie out of St. Louis. Larry Brown talking with Larry Hughes before the game, refining his mid-range game, Steve. And when he comes off of the screen, Larry Brown instructing Larry Hughes, as you take a look at Harvey Grant for Matt Geiger, to not necessarily catch and shoot, but kind of take a pivot step. Another step in closer to the hoop and then shoot a little bit closer.
Basically, as soon as you catch the ball, square up, read the defense, and then if you're coming out from the right side, drive left, just take a look at what the defense gives you. Slow down a little bit is what he's telling them.
Got a 2-second difference here between the clocks with the Sixers up 10. Iverson, the stare down with Lopez. Grant just into the game. The air ball, 3 seconds for the Grizzlies. Lopez leaking, Grant tracking him. It would have counted. So a frustrating first quarter for the Vancouver Grizzlies, and Lopez, who shot 1 for 6, and Vancouver only able to muster 15 points after the opening 12. 1 quarter complete tonight. General Motors Place, Theo Ratliff, the king of denial, sparking the Sixers defense in transition. The Sixers with 25 points. They're up 10. We'll have the second quarter right after this. Good stat. '76ers basketball is being brought to you in part by Penn Orthopedics. More doctors, more experience. '76ers basketball is being brought to you in part by Penn Orthopedics. More doctors, more experience, more choices. Do you believe it? People can actually email us here while we're on the air, all the way to British Columbia. Just go to the Sixer website and ask us a question. Should we select it? We'll try to answer it later on. Along with Steve Mix, Mark Zumhoff tonight on Comcast Sportsnet. One quarter complete from GM Place. And the Sixer defense, Steve, a two-dimensional affair with Theo Ratliff blocking shots and George Lynch shutting down Sharif Abdur-Rahim in the first quarter.
That's the first time all season that Abdur-Rahim has been held scoreless. All year. That's pretty good. George Lynch doing a great job on Abdur-Rahim in the first quarter.
DeJuan Wheat, the personal foul. Trying to contend with Larry Hughes. For Wheat, his first and the first on the team. Getting Hughes going against Wheat. Holding about half a foot. And Larry has his way.
I mean, that's a mismatch right there in favor of the 76ers. As long as Wheat wants to continue to guard Larry Hughes, just keep going down low to him until they figure out a way to stop him.
Pete Chilcutt, the veteran out of North Carolina. Iverson, good defense on Wheat. Lopez, who was 1 for 6 in the first quarter. And a foul on Larry Hughes. His first. And the first on the team. So the Grizzlies back to work here with a fresh 24. Abdur-Rahim intent on getting his, and Lynch is right on his back, and again they take it away, or almost. Abdur-Rahim there hitting the floor, and now a near steal once again, and in fact it is last touch by Vancouver, and the Sixers force yet another turnover on the Grizzlies. Vancouver's 7th of the first half.
And 76ers have an opportunity once again to take advantage of that. 7 turnovers, 7 points, so they have really taken advantage of the Vancouver Grizzlies turnovers. Let's see if they can do it again.
Iverson. Ratliff in there, broke it loose, claims it. 7 to shoot for the Sixers. Iverson's foray never drew the iron. Hughes off the Lynch miss. And finally Chilcutt for Vancouver. It's good to see Larry Hughes rebounding. He certainly has the height and the hops as a 2-guard. Lopez, Smith, one more for Abdur-Rahim, resounding lead, getting his first field goal of the night. He averages 23.5, good for number 3 in the NBA. Came out of California as a sophomore. Allen Iverson. Broken loose by Grant. Lopez runs the 3-on-3. Stolen away again. Iverson has Hughes leaking ahead of Wheat. Another breakaway slam for the Sixers.
8 turnovers, 9 points for the 76ers. Doing a great job. Once again, the rotations are quick. They're precise. They're getting the steals. Turnovers for Vancouver, killing them right now.
They have 8, leading to 9 Sixer points. Pete Chilcott is 8th year out of Carolina. Take a look at that, partner.
22 fast break points for Philadelphia, just 1 for Vancouver.
Grant hosting Chilcott. Michael Smith, who prides himself and in fact thrives on his ability to rebound. Lopez can't shake Hughes, who got a piece of that pass for Abdur-Rahim, who was fouled. And we have a timeout. The personal is on Theo Ratliff. It'll be number 2 on him. We have a timeout. Almost 3 minutes gone in the second, and the spread for the Sixers is 10. All right, look, forget June 21st. Friday, April 2nd is the first day of summer. If you don't believe it, check out the 76ers and Cleveland. We are going to have a post-game concert from the fabulous Grease Band, and you are invited to dress in your summer best. Flip-flops, tank tops, jams, you name it. We are going to award an incredible vacation at the Windrift Resort in Avalon, New Jersey, and plenty of other great prizes. Friday, April 2nd, summertime at the Sixers. A rookie now, J.R. Henderson is into the game for the first time. Number 52 for the Grizzlies. That's Chilcott missing the 3. He is a pretty good three-point shooter. The Sixers running with abandon here. Lynch unable to save it to a fellow Sixer. And here come the Grizzlies. Wheat for Smith. One more in tight for Abdur-Rahim in search of a call. Hughes has Lynch picking cherries, and he is fouled by Henderson. Count the field goal. Man, George Lynch hesitating there with the 180 right before he put it in.
I almost told George just to stay down the other end anyway. It's coming back at you. The way Vancouver has been shooting or turning the ball over. 76ers getting the rebound, pushing up. George Lynch on the other end, getting the foul, making the bucket. 76ers up 31-19, and one more fast break opportunity for Philadelphia.
Who would have thought at this point of the game that George Lynch would have 10 and Sharif Abdur-Rahim would be 1 for 6 for 2?
George Lynch.
There you go. Aaron McKee checking in for Allen Iverson. For Iverson, his typical early second quarter rest. Harvey Grant now trying to contend with Sharif Abdur-Rahim. And Harvey has whistled for the personal foul. It's his first. And now 3 on the Sixer team. George really does burn with that inner confidence. He's very quiet, not very boastful. You hardly know he's around until he speaks volumes on the basketball floor.
Absolutely. That's where you want him to talk loud.
This is Henderson against McKee. And by necessity right now, Henderson at 6'8", playing some two-guard. He choke cut in search of a foul, but the Grizzlies are going to have to earn the respect of the officials here, trailing by 10. They have allowed the 76ers. Look at this, Steve. You read the stat. It's amazing.
14 field goals made for Philadelphia, 13 layups or dunks, just one 5-foot jump shot.
Michael Smith is hit and fouled. George Lynch raising his hand. And by George, it is Lynch, the personal foul, as Mike Bibby comes back.
Now, as well as the 76ers have played defensively and were able to get out on the fast break and get some nice, easy shots, these two shots by Smith, although not a good free throw shooter, could pull. Vancouver right now leads 10, could pull them to within 9. Smith right around that Shaquille O'Neal line, about 53% from the free throw line.
George Lynch leaving with 10 points on 5 for 7 from the floor.
Now see, this second unit has to come out with the intensity that first unit started the ball game. Sometimes you lose just a little bit because you're sitting there on the bench saying, boy, this is going to be an easy game. You have to continue that type of intensity and enthusiasm and life if you're going to have it an easy game.
Larry Hughes now running the point. What a crossover on Bibby, but he lost it. Grizzlies trying to run in search of that elusive easy basket, but the Sixers back defensively. Bibby short of Ratliff, who's been murderous with 5 blocks here in the first half. Bibby is 3 for 3. And a 20-second timeout now called by the 76ers. 6:48 to play here in the second. And the Sixer lead right now is 8. They have led since the opening tip, and in fact, by as many as 15. More from Vancouver after this. Yeah.
Which one? And one. 76ers doing a great job on the defensive end. Take a look. Abdur Rahim missing the shot. 76ers kicking the basketball out. Larry Hughes to George Lynch. The turn, the bucket, and one by George.
Theo Ratliff, his season high and career high, as a matter of fact, 8 blocks, so we keep one eye on that figure as the Sixers, thanks in large measure to their defense and the shot blocking of Ratliff, leading since the opening tip-off. They're now up 8, and here they are out of the timeout. Aaron McKee. Computing some figures earlier today, Aaron McKee, 10 games off the bench, 10 different games off the bench without a turnover. And he averages 15 minutes per night. Geiger helping Grant with Abdur-Rahim. Massenberg, tough shot against Geiger. Tony Massenberg.
Well, that's the way Tony's going to turn on that side. I would play him defensively on that side and not let him come and make that spin move to the baseline. Force him to the middle where you can get a good look as we have an offensive foul on Matt Geiger.
The 3 starting big men now for the Sixers, each with 2 persons.
See, take a look. Massenberg's going to go to the baseline. Okay, that's his favorite move on that side. He's got that left wrist all taped up. So if he comes to the middle, he's not going to get a great grip on the basketball.
Trying to free up Abdur-Rahim. Now Grant in charge of him, and Harvey employing the same technique that George Lynch did, fronting him in the post and denying him the ball. Bibby trying to make it happen, dissuaded by Ratliff, 2 to shoot. Chilcutt a prayer, and he hit it. Man.
Well, Chilcutt mainly an outside shooter. One of the better three-point shooters on this team at 42%.
And suddenly it's a 5-point game. Eric Snow, who came on for Hughes, and now the Grizzlies running. Abdur-Rahim, the stop and go, and he turned it over en route. Palm the basketball for the 9th Vancouver turnover of the first half.
Bibby kicking the basketball out to Chilcutt for the 3-ball. 24-second clock going off. Vancouver now to within 5. It's been a great run here the last 6 or 7 minutes for Vancouver. They're starting to knock down the outside shots.
Chilcutt, their leading scorer, with 7 off the bench. Allen Iverson has returned for the Sixers. Running at him is Henderson. They swing to Grant, the clean look. Iverson bursting in there. Geiger has it for the Sixers, but Bibby strips him of the ball. Runs with Abdur-Rahim. The trailer's Chilcutt, hit up top and foul. And Pete Chilcutt will go to the line as now Vancouver reinvigorated here. The Sixers forced a foul. It's Harvey Grant. And that's his second.
76ers getting the offensive rebound, but there's Bibby picking up the steal. Nice pass to Chilcutt. The take to the hoop. Chilcutt going to the line to shoot a deuce. Bibby having a great year. Double-figure scoring in 7 straight and 16 of the last 18. But among rookies, he's leading or in the top 5 or 6 in about 6 or 7 categories.
Eric Snow out for just a moment. Comes back for Aaron McKee. So the Sixers starters reunited, except it's Grant for Lynch. A 10-2 Vancouver run. The Sixer lead is down to 4. Forcing it out of Iverson's hands. Snow will take it himself against Henderson. Look to pitch it to Grant. Ball knocked away out of bounds. The Sixers only 1 second to shoot. So the Grizzlies trailing by 10 after 1 and by as many as 15 in the first half. Looking much different. Now it's very much a game. 1 to shoot here for the Sixers. Iverson beats the clock. Snatched out of midair. Now they're thinking goaltending.
No.
Or is it a shot clock violation? A shot clock violation. No goaltending because the shot by Iverson was considerably short. Larry Brown, however, continues to state his case.
Yeah, that ball was going to be a couple feet short, actually. I thought that was a pretty good call by the officials. Coaching staff of the 76ers jumping up. Larry Brown saying, goaltending, but to no avail.
Abdur-Rahim, only 2 points thus far in the first half. Massenberg shoving Geiger out of the way and getting 2. Nice little shove there, accepting the entry pass.
Yeah, that was it, and freed him up a little bit, gave him a little space. Now he came to the middle, but once again, I mean, I'll take that move because that was an off-balance shot.
Shooting is Iverson. Massenberg has got the bad wrist, tried to one-arm the rebound. Ratliff reaching in there, but Abdur-Rahim has it for the Grizzlies, who are now down only 2. Bibby. Snow for the Sixers. Can he save it? Out of bounds. It'll belong to Vancouver. So the Grizzlies come back without their leading man playing any sort of a starting role, or a starring role, I guess we should say. Abdur-Rahim with only 2 points on 1 for 6 shooting. And now locking horns with Grant. And he is hit and fouled en route. And Sharif Abdur-Rahim trying to get himself untracked. We now try 2 at the line. Harvey Grant picking up his 3rd.
Good solid move. Good long first stride by Abdur-Rahim. Take a look at that. Using his quickness, couple dribbles into the paint, taking it strong to the hoop. Makes the first one, pulls Vancouver to within 1. So after a slow start by Vancouver, they finally got their offense on track and have tied it up. I think what happens sometimes, Mark, buckets come so easy that all of a sudden you lose your concentration for a while, and hopefully the 76ers can get it back.
Iverson dips in. Grizzlies now in search of their first lead. Abdur-Rahim inside for Massenberg, rejected by Ratliff and out of bounds. His 6th snuff of the night.
Take a look at Theo. Good pump fake by Massenberg to get Geiger up in the air, but Theo Ratliff is right there saying, no way, no how are you going to score this close to the bucket.
Nazir Muhammad, the rookie from Kentucky, into the game for the first time. And Aaron McKee comes in at Geiger. Harvey Grant, take a seat. 17 to shoot for the Grizzlies, again searching for their first lead. Chilcutt. Under 3 to play here in the first. Snow, good look for Ratliff, who is rewarded with an easy 2. Theo Ratliff running the floor and defending with abandon. He has 6.
He's got 6, and another assist for Eric Snow, number 5 on the night.
Bibby for Henderson. J.R. Henderson, only his 7th game of his career, a 2nd-round pick out of UCLA. Averaged 19 and 8 as a senior. Pass for Iverson. They go to the floor. At least Allen does. It goes out of bounds, and Vancouver will have it after this timeout. So the warm applause here for the game Grizzlies, who scramble back to make it a 35-35 game.
Double them up here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah.
Well, you don't want to kick this one, you know it.
Oh, please. Yep.
Yes. Okay. I got it. Okay. A lot of empty seats up there. Yeah.
An in-depth preview of the Final Four tomorrow at 9 on Comcast Sportsnet.
Theo Ratliff having a great game. Block number 6 on Tony Massenberg. And Theo Ratliff getting his 6th point right here on a great feed by Eric Snow. 5 assists for Eric, 6 blocks for Theo. George Lynch with a great first half on 5 of 7, 10 points.
The Sixers without a fast break field goal in the second after striking for 24 fast break points. And here the Grizzlies, with that opportunity to go in front, squander it. They turn it over. And they do so for the 10th time here in the first half.
The one thing the Sixers are going to have to do the second half of this season is really work on their half-court game. As you start getting a little closer to the playoffs, teams will start picking up the pressure defense and not allow you to get so many fast break opportunities as Theo gets the jump hook in the paint.
He is 4 for 7 for 8. He averages 11. The Sixers nudge ahead by a deuce, 1:45 and counting before halftime. Bibby finding Chilcutt. Pete Chilcutt with 10. His season high is 11.
You just can't give Chilcutt the outside shot. Bibby drives. He's looking for the guy that can shoot the outside shot. Nice feed by Allen Iverson to Muhammad. Getting the bucket.
Yep, his first field goal since March 3rd against Chicago at home. Sixers by 2, just over a minute now to go before the break. Bibby off the pick and roll, challenging Ratliff and company, takes a hit, and a foul coming up on Nazr Mohammed. That's his first.
Went in and talked to Mike Bibby before the game, and I was asking him, you know, is this what you kind of expected the NBA to be like? You know, is it easier, is it harder, or is it what you expect? He said, you know what, it's a little bit easier than what I first thought, because I really thought this was going to be extremely different. I think he was just thinking right from the get-go that it was going to be extremely difficult. He worked out. He was in great shape when he came to camp. And he said, you know, it's a little bit easier. Not much, but just a little bit easier than I expected.
Although lately, because of the compressed schedule, he has been complaining about tired legs.
Well, and that'll happen a little bit for him. You know what? He's young. He's got a lot of movement. And he's got a lot of life. And if I know the son of Virginia, he'll play well.
Here with the score tied at 39, a foul on Felipe Lopez, trying to deal with the wandering Allen Iverson, who was always going through a series of screens. For Lopez, it is his first. It was the one foul the Grizzlies had to give in the final 2-minute period. So both teams in the penalty. And the Sixers back to work here with a fresh 24, running 3 guards with McKee, Hughes, and this guy, number 3, Allen Iverson. Allen finds McKee. Muhammad in tight. That would have counted. And the hard-working rookie out of Kentucky now will go to the line for 2. Nazr Mohammed getting some of the minutes that would have gone to the injured Tyrone Hill tonight, but don't worry, Hill should be back Friday at home against Boston. Second personal foul on Massenburg.
Shot by Aaron McKee comes off wide left. Wide right. Nazr Mohammed is right there to pick up the offensive rebound.
Mohammed, who not only went to Kentucky, but now attending the University of Mahorn.
Rick Mahorn working with him before the game a little bit, showing him a few things.
Again, the Grizzlies in search of their first lead. They're down 1. Bibby for Henderson. Sixers have the turnover. Hughes running with company among them. Mohammed in stride, couldn't convert, but there is Hughes acrobatically there to follow up. Brilliant play by Hughes to follow the miss. He's got 6 in 7 minutes of first half work. Now the shot clock is unplugged, and the Grizzlies will hold for 1. Trailing the Sixers by 3. Mohammed helping Iverson against Bibby. Lopez, good look for Massenburg, who blew the bunny. Flat out blew the left-hand layup, and that will do it. So the Sixers led since the opening tip. Lead by 3, halftime tonight here in Vancouver. It's the 76ers 42 and the Vancouver Grizzlies 39. Coming up, First Union halftime report with Ron Burke right after this.
Great, thanks. Big game so far for Theo. 8.6 blocks for Theo. Hughes 6 off the bench. Muhammad 3. And for Vancouver, Chilcutt leading the way. Double figures coming off the bench. He's got 10. Bibby with 8. Massenberg with 8. Abdur-Rahim. Great job by the 76ers on Abdur-Rahim. They're going to have to continue to defend him. And we'll be back with more right after this. Half blocks, 6 of them by Theo Ratliff. Not now, not in my house. Don't bring it in here, says Theo. The Vancouver Grizzlies have more shots blocked than anybody in the NBA this year. And Theo Ratliff continuing the trend with the 76ers up 3 at halftime. And we'll be back with more right after this.
For the respective teams, certainly going into tonight anyway. Allen Iverson seemingly content to let the game come to him, trying to set up his teammates. Abdur-Rahim, on the other hand, they can't even set him up because George Lynch and Harvey Grant have done a wonderful job in the post, denying him any sort of entry pass. He is 1 for 6. We speak of Abdur-Rahim. And Allen Iverson, as you saw, 4 for 10 for his 9 points in 21 minutes of work. A mini drama, I guess, considering the fact that Abdur-Rahim has 61 straight games in which he has struck for double figures. It is a Vancouver record. Allen Iverson, 40 straight double figure performances, including tonight. And with only 9, it seems assured that he will go over that, so it will be a career high for him. The Sixers right now leading by 3 as we are set to begin the third quarter tonight from Vancouver, along with Steve Mix, Mark Sumoff, bringing you all the action here on Comcast Sportsnet. Snow and Iverson in the backcourt, Geiger, Ratliff, and Lynch. The same lineup that began the game for the Sixers. On the draw and kick, they go to Lynch. Geiger rescues him. Sixers here with a fresh 24. Sixers never trailed in the first half. Iverson eyes wide, gets 2. So officially double figure scoring for Iverson. He's got 11.
Once again, Allen Iverson using his quickness to get by Cherokee Parks and get to the hoop.
Abdur-Rahim works the pick and roll with Bibby, runs into Ratliff, who hits the wood. Here come the Sixers. It's a 3-on-2, Iverson, Lynch, and Snow. Eric is open, hits the jumper in rhythm. And immediately, Brian Hill calling the early 22nd timeout as the Sixers scoring on their first 2 possessions of the third. Almost a minute gone here in the third. We'll be back.
Against Portland and Seattle, the 76ers had difficulty running the fast break. But let's take a look at Allen Iverson pushing the ball up. Now watch his left arm. We're going to spot shadow the left arm. There it is. He's telling George Lynch, go to your left. I'm getting to the middle. Great play by Allen Iverson. That spreads the floor, and it leads to the jump shot by Eric Snow. Great play by Allen Iverson.
The jump shot by Cherokee Parks off the glass, Steve. Are the banks open this late here in Vancouver?
The green machines are.
The green machines. That's what they call those Mac machines. Dispensing that Monopoly money.
Yeah.
Sixer lead is 5. We have played 90 seconds now of the third. Geiger from Lynch goes hard to the goal. He was fouled en route. Alien Iverson is going to be given away on Meanie Night to the first 5,000 kids 12 and under, courtesy of Frito-Lay. And the 76ers take on the Pacers April 16th at 7 o'clock. For ticket information, call Ticketmaster at 215-336-2000. Allen, as we more affectionately know him, is playing very well tonight. A well-rounded game for him, 11 points in all, and 5 assists. His team up 6 thanks to Matt Geiger, who has scored all 3 of his points from the foul line. Lynch sneaking in for the steal, doesn't get it. Cherokee Parks.
Cherokee Parks gaining a little confidence on that jump shot by drilling the straightaway one just a minute ago off the glass. Feels like, okay, let me take the other 19-footer. As Allen Iverson rings the bell from beyond. Allen Iverson with the 3 ball.
And for the Sixers, their first 3-pointer of the night. And for Iverson, 14 to lead the Sixers, who now lead the Grizzlies by 7. Lopez with snow on his shoulder, couldn't convert. Parks, cleanup duty. Iverson rips it away. Has a man, it's Lynch. One more for Geiger over the shoulder, and he missed the slam, but a foul. Terrific look there by George Lynch. A personal foul on Sharif Abdur-Rahim, and 2 more at the line for Matt Geiger.
Take a look at George Lynch. He catches this pass by Allen Iverson, has nowhere to go with it. Instead, looks behind him, finds Matt Geiger running the floor with him. Beautiful pass that time by George Lynch, finding Geiger, who misses the first free throw. Matt's struggling here tonight. Got 3 points, all from the free throw line. 0 for 4 from the floor.
And now it's the Sixers by 8. About 2.5 gone here in the third. Iverson and Lynch surrounding Bibby. Right now helpless. Finally finds Parks. Cherokee Parks trying to heat it up here for the Grizzlies. Here come the Sixers. Once again flying down the floor as they did in the first. Here's Iverson for 3, and he buries it again. A 7-0 run for the Sixers. Iverson with 17. And now it's a 9-point bulge. Massenberg surrounded. Geiger and Ratliff converging on him. Knocked away and out of bounds. Vancouver has it with 5 seconds to shoot.
Well, just like in the opening quarter, the 76ers came out the aggressors in the first and the third quarters. You want to make Vancouver a team that you want to make them come from behind tonight. They are not that good at coming from behind. As a matter of fact, if they are behind at the end of the third quarter, they are 0-17 on the year.
13 turnovers now on Brian Hill's squad. Ratliff in search of Geiger, instead testing Massenberg. Nearly taken by Lopez, pushing Snow on the loose ball. And we have a foul on Felipe Lopez, as it should be.
Crowd doesn't agree with you, but certainly I do. Take a look at Theo Ratliff. Not a strong pass out of the low post, but take a look at the left arm of Felipe Lopez just pushing Eric Snow to the floor. Good call by the official.
Iverson warming to the task here in the third quarter. Allen Iverson making a huge statement now. He's got 19.
And 10 here in the first 4 minutes of the third quarter as the 76ers build a 13-point lead.
Almost 4 minutes gone now here in the third. Allen Iverson, who has hit a couple of threes, hitting the deuce there moments ago. He's got 19 on a very comfortable 8 for 14 shooting. You could tell right from the start that Allen was intent on letting the game come to him, not forcing the issue, setting up his teammates, and it has shown here, particularly in the third.
Well, you know what, going back a couple weeks when Allen Iverson first took that scoring lead, there were a few games in there where I felt he was really trying to force some things to keep that scoring lead. I think the coaches talked to Allen Iverson, everybody else said, you know, that's okay, don't worry about it. It'll let it just come to you. And I think this 5-game stretch and tonight's game, Allen Iverson has just let the game come to him, and he's shooting the ball much better. He's finding his open teammates, and he's not forcing anything. And you know what? He's still leading the league in scoring.
Larry Brown doing a wonderful job unleashing Allen Iverson and his talents at the 2 guard. And letting the score come out. And it's proven to be a brilliant move for the Sixers. They're 14-11 record tonight, beginning the second half of the season. Bibby surrounded once again. Abdur-Rahim, who has been virtually shut down, charges into a crowd. And George Lynch is called for the foul, his third. Only the first team foul on the Sixers here in the quarter. Michael Smith back into the game for Cherokee Parks. Parks coming out and hitting a couple of field goals in the third. J.R. Henderson, number 52, back onto the floor for the Grizzlies. Abdur-Rahim, Ratliff and Geiger on him. Rescued by Smith, and he's hit and fouled. Eric Snow called for the reach-in.
Abdur-Rahim still struggling from the floor, but there is Henderson picking up the loose ball, putting it back in right after Smith gets fouled.
Abdur-Rahim now 1 for 8 from the field. And Michael Smith, one of those guys, Steve, who when he ends his career probably will have more rebounds than points.
Every once in a while you'll see a guy come through the NBA that'll play for quite a few years in the NBA, and then all of a sudden you end up, you take a look and say, wow, didn't know he was that good of a rebounder.
Smith, his first 3.5 seasons with Sacramento. Brought here to Vancouver in a trade. Smith dissuading Iverson there. Ratliff reaching in, had it knocked away. Iverson recovers, tough shot, and he hit it. Allen Iverson fearing no shot here in the third quarter. He's got 21. And the Sixers burst to a 13-point advantage. Bibby. How about Michael Jordan's comment? Mike Bibby, a young Mo Cheeks with a jump shot.
I don't know. I disagree with that.
Well,
I thought Maurice had a great jump shot.
One that he acquired in the NBA. Iverson face to face with Bibby, forced out of his hands by Henderson. Lynch probing baseline, and as he does, a 3-second violation on the Sixers.
Sixers still up 11. See if Brian Hill brings in Pete Chilcutt, who had a wonderful second quarter for Vancouver. If you're looking for some points, you got to go with a guy that stroking the ball well one night or the other. And Chilcutt right now, 4 of 7. He's got 10. He was leading the way.
Henderson against Snow, a distinctive height advantage there. Smith has it knocked away as Geiger hits the floor. Lynch converging as well. We have a call here against the Grizzlies.
The drive, the kick. Smith putting the ball on the floor.
And a turnover on Tony Massenberg.
Massenberg called for the offensive foul.
Geiger posting Smith. The Sixers searching that way, and as Geiger shoves Smith, and Geiger is called for the offensive foul. That's 3 on him. So 3 on Geiger, 3 on Lynch, and 3 on Harvey Grant, now residing on the bench. Just shy of the halfway point of the third. Larry Brown's team has never trailed, and right now leading by 11. Abdur-Rahim. suddenly not the focal point of the offense. Struggling with a 1 for 8. DeJuan Wheat cannot penetrate the Sixer defense. 4 to shoot. Wheat will have to chuck it up. Claims his own miss. And a fresh 24, though the Sixers all over him nonetheless. Abdur-Rahim has come outside the three-point territory where he has taken very few shots. Massenberg on cleanup duty. Blocked by Ratliff, his second. Tony gets it again, and a foul. Persistence by Massenberg overcoming the 76er resistance, and now he looks for the three-point play.
Massenberg staying with it, going with the right-hand jump hook that is blocked. That time picking up his own missed shot, going to the left hand, getting the kiss off the glass. Massenberg now in double figures. He's got 10.
And one more block for Ratliff, who has it now. He will tie a career high. Sixers lead by 9, 5 and change to go. Third quarter from Vancouver. Gambling is Wheat. Iverson locks eyes with him. Henderson the double. Allen beats the double and scores again. What a quarter for Allen Iverson. 14 of his 23 here in the third. And somebody spilled some popcorn very close to the court. And cleanup duty by one of the people here at GM Place.
Let's take a look at Allen Iverson dancing on Wheat, rising up and throwing it down there. Great jump shot, tickling the twine there by Allen Iverson. Boy, you said it, Mark. He's having a whale of a game so far, especially here in the third.
A preview of the '99 Phillies coming up Sunday at 8 o'clock. Building Blocks right here on Comcast Sportsnet. Steve, you should have seen the look of the youngster who spilled the popcorn,
I saw
knowing that he was the cause of the delay of game. Young fella can't believe right now that the world is revolving around him. Or so it does seem. Good crowd tonight here at Vancouver, over 16,000. They have embraced the NBA game. Though hockey, of course, dominates the news here. The Grizzlies getting their share of the sports page. And the Raptors, Canada's other team, probably off to their best start in their brief history, I would think. One game below 500. Lynch takes it away from Abdur-Rahim. George Lynch has clearly won that mano-a-mano tonight. Here's Ratliff, one giant step to the goal, but don't count it. An offensive foul is whistled. It is on Nazr Mohammed. That's 2 on Mohammed. 60-49 Sixers. 4:40 and counting here in the third. The Grizzlies can't even find their #1 target, Abdur-Rahim, so people like Tony Massenberg have had to pick up the slack. He leads them in scoring with a dozen. Good shooting in the third quarter, or what?
7 of 8 for Philadelphia. Allen Iverson, most of those baskets.
Can't miss. Eric Snow runs into Henderson, 5 to shoot. Eric trying to make it happen just inside the arc. Smith corrals the rebound for the Grizzlies with under 4 minutes now to go in the third. Sixers by 9 at 60-51. And that's Mohammed running it weak. And Big Nazi will be tagged for the personal foul. It's 3 on him.
Wheat coming off the screen. Nazr Mohammed slow getting out. You have to anticipate that.
Pete Chilcutt, who was a real nuisance for the Sixers in the first half, relieving Tony Massenberg. Those two have been the big guns for the Grizzlies thus far tonight. Chilcutt with 10 off the bench in the first half gets it now from Wheat. Ratliff runs at him. Iverson runs with Ratliff and Lynch, and en route. A foul to be called is DeJuan Wheat. Took one in the jaw there. 2 on him and now 4 on the team.
Here's a look at Wheat just reaching out and grabbing Allen Iverson and then being drilled by Theo Ratliff.
Trampled.
Yeah, Wheat took the jump shot, and the other four, or Chilcutt took the jump shot, and all four guys except Wheat were along the baseline. So as the shot came off, it gave the 76ers an opportunity to pick up the ball and run with it one more time. As you take a look at the leading scorers in the NBA, Allen Iverson leading the way, and tonight won't slow him down one bit as Allen Iverson 10 of 16. He's got 25.
16 of the 25 here in the third, which has 3.5 to run. The Sixer bulge is the 11. Wheat to a rolling Chilcutt. One more to Abdur-Rahim, another three on the way, and he missed it. Muhammad claims it for the Sixers. Snow leaking, Smith tracking him. Trailing is Ratliff, dissuaded by Chilcutt, but he gets two anyway. Theo Ratliff into double figures, the third Sixer to arrive there. He's got 10. A 17-8 Sixer run to lead by 13. Under 3 minutes to go in the third. Wheat being chased by Iverson and Lynch. Chilcutt moves on Muhammad. One more for Smith. He and Abdur-Rahim too close together. And the Grizzlies turn it over. We have a timeout. 76ers continue to front run here in Vancouver.
One of the reasons the 76ers are able to get out and get fast break shots is, let's take a look as the shot goes up by Vancouver. You've got three guys underneath the bucket in the paint, and then all of a sudden you have the shooter in the corner. So four guys are way too close to the baseline. If the shot is missed, as it is there, 76ers will have an opportunity to push the basketball up just like that, get the numbers, and get some easy baskets. Boom, knock it down.
Since it was 47-43 Sixers, 2 minutes into the quarter, a 17-8 run. Allen Iverson, 14 of those 17 points. In all, he's got 25 for the game, and his Sixers are up 13. Eye to eye with DeJuan Wheat. And Wheat virtually helpless here against Allen Iverson, as our mini defenders picks up the personal foul. For Wheat, his third. Both teams in the penalty. And Allen Iverson will step to the stripe for two more as Larry Hughes will come in at the behest of Larry Brown. Hughes, a nice first half run, 6 points, 3 boards in 6 minutes. And he's in to spell Eric Snow. He's had a terrific game tonight. 4 points, 4 boards, 8 assists. And for Eric, that ties a season high. Chilcutt spotting up, effective in the first half from the outside. Muhammad the steal. Hughes ensuring possession, and he toes the line there with just over 2 minutes to go in the third. Hughes thinking three, couldn't get a grip. Rolling Ratliff, met by Abdur-Rahim, but he ad-libs beautifully. Theo Ratliff with a dozen to go along with those 7 blocks. 7 straight for the Sixers now to lead by 16. And the illegal defense once again whistled against the Sixers. It is their second, so the Grizzlies here will shoot the tee and get the ball back as well. And Sharif Abdur-Rahim, who could use the points. 1 for 10 from the field. Here's a guy who's third in the league in scoring, averaging 23.5 per game. Makes the technical foul. George Lynch and the 76ers, it's usually a team effort, have done an absolutely fabulous job defensively on him all night long. And once again, Lynch is fronting him in the post. And once again, Smith having trouble getting him the ball. Chilcutt, that's for 3. Abdur-Rahim, another miss. And he comes up limping. Sixers by 15. Up top it goes for Hughes. Oh, Steve Mix, the Flight brothers are flying again.
That was just eye contact that time between Larry Hughes and Allen Iverson. They tried it one time, failed. They came right back to it.
Grizzlies scrambling. Chilcutt misses the layup, and Abdur-Rahim frustratingly hammers home only his second field goal. Under a minute to play in the third. The Sixers by 15. After leading at the break by only 3. Lynch is open. Smart play by Allen Iverson off the double team. Smith has it, and the Grizzlies here face to face with a 2-for-1. Here's Abdur-Rahim. The only good offense on the Sixers. It is their third. So another tee to be shot by the Grizzlies. And the shot clock will recycle, so now a 7-second difference between the clocks. The Sixers, though, should get a last look as Abdur-Rahim will shoot the tee. Chilcutt met by Lynch. They find Abdur-Rahim surrounded and fouled. Nazr Mohammed certainly making good use of his fouls tonight. He's got 4. Both teams have been in the penalty for some time. Now Abdur-Rahim will step to the line as Matt Geiger will come back for the Sixers. Abdur-Rahim now firmly established as the cornerstone here in Vancouver as Geiger checks in. And he comes in for George Lynch, signing a 6-year deal to start the season. Also, Aaron McKee is in for Eric Snow. Shot clock is unplugged. Grizzlies pressing. And Smith, the foul on Iverson. So we'll walk the floor here with 19.9 to go in the third. And Allen Iverson will go to the line for 2. 76ers back home. And remember now, of the 25 games they have remaining, including tonight, only 10 more home games left. One of those against the Boston Celtics. It's reading night at First Union Center. And if you can't make it out, all the action on Comcast Sportsnet commencing at 7 o'clock. George Lynch had enough rest. He comes back. And there goes Aaron McKee. Smith finally runs it down for the Grizzlies. And Abdur-Rahim finally with 10 points, so now 62 straight double-figure performances for him, though it was a struggle to get to 10. He's 2 for 12. Here's Chilcutt trying another 3.
Pete Chilcutt, his first 20 games, shot 32%, averaged just 9 minutes per game. But last 7 games, shooting 54%, getting 18 minutes. So production means minutes for Pete Chilcutt as he drilled the 3 for Vancouver. Pull Vancouver to within 10 at the end of 3.
Allen Iverson, a wonder here in the third quarter, which comes to a close with his team up 10. The fourth quarter from GM Place in Vancouver right after this. Who reminds you to do the do. From the Sixers official webpage comes tonight's Ask Mark and Steve question from James of New Jersey. Professor Zumoff and Mix, what are your midseason grades for the 76ers? James, flattery will get you nowhere. The real professor is the ultimate basketball teacher, Larry Brown. We asked him for a grade for his Sixers.
Well, it would have been a lot easier 3 games ago, but I don't do those things. You know, my feeling about my team was how hard we play, how unselfishly we play. So I'd give an A for that. In terms of the way we're playing, you know, I don't want to get into that.
Well, Steve, one thing I think we can grade the Sixers on is sheer fun and entertainment value. They get an A for that.
Oh, absolutely. No question about it. Tonight, no different as they lead Vancouver by 10 here at the end of 3. 34 points coming off of fast break opportunities out of the 70 score. Now, as I said a minute ago, Vancouver trailing at the end of 3, 0-17 so far this season. They have not been able to come back. Just don't have enough scores on the bench or out on the floor.
Henderson, the rookie from UCLA, unable to convert, and the Sixers will have it here to begin the 4th. Aaron McKee, Larry Hughes in the backcourt, Lynch, Geiger, and Ratliff up front. Up top they go for Hughes. McKee gets it back. Hughes given room by Bibby. Ratliff rescues him. Theo. And finally collected by the animal, Michael Smith. Sixer lead is 10, 70-60. Abdur-Rahim finally escaping the clutches of Lynch, but he runs into a host of Sixers, among them Matt Geiger, who was called for his 4th. We continue to track these two guys, and really no contest. Allen Iverson with 18 of his 27 in the 3rd, and Abdur-Rahim, a mighty struggle for him tonight. A lot of credit to the 76ers team, and in particular George Lynch, who was locked onto him and shut him down. Allen Iverson getting the early 4th quarter rest, and Abdur-Rahim, an opportunity for him now to put his team on his back and try to get them back into it. A bit of redemption for him tonight. He is 8 for 8 from the line. Sixer lead is 8. They have never trailed. 4 ties in this game. Geiger surrounded in search of his first field goal. Michael Smith with 8 rebounds for Vancouver. In tight is Abdur-Rahim. The delivery made by Bibby very nicely. And the foul's on George Lynch. That's 4 on him.
Take a look at Bibby getting baseline and Abdur-Rahim getting good inside position. One of the few times he was able to get the ball in scoring position where George Lynch was behind him. George Lynch has been doing a great job all night long on Abdur-Rahim. 13 points on the season, averaging better than 23, 3rd in the league. But give credit to Bibby as well, getting by Eric Snow, one of the better defenders in the league.
Via the foul line, and Sharif Abdur-Rahim, the Grizzlies now make it a 6-point game. And Geiger is shoved out of the way by Michael Smith. Clearly a foul on Smith, though maybe he's claiming it was retaliatory and Geiger fouled him. I thought he shoved him out of the way.
Gave him a little Rick Mahorn move.
Whatever. For Smith, it's his 2nd. Geiger open as he comes outside, still in search of that elusive first field goal.
Vancouver scores here. Larry's got to get a timeout.
Bibby by Snow, Chilcutt for 3. In all, Chilcutt has hit 9 of his last 13 from beyond. Certainly not all tonight, but he does have a season-high 16, and he brings Vancouver to within 3. We'll be back right after this. Does he have 8? 8 blocks for Theo? Gotcha.
Our Pico Energy, high energy play of the game. Why not? Theo Ratliff getting the block in the first half. He has 8 block shots now. Tremendous defensive job by Theo Ratliff. 12 points, 8 blocks.
Here are the Sixers out of the timeout. Hughes in search of Geiger. Pulled away by Ratliff, up strong for two. Theo Ratliff, a big board and a stick back. He's got 14. Sixers nudge ahead by 5. Bibby lost it. Lynch, the search for Hughes in stride, and he'll solo. Larry Hughes has 10 in 12 minutes off the bench. Doubling up on Bibby. Had it blocked by Geiger. Smith for Abdur-Rahim. What a night for him, a forgettable one. And now we have a Vancouver Grizzly foul. It'll be on Bibby.
'76ers come up with another turnover. The long outlet pass by George Lynch. Larry Hughes, the Sky Pilot, throwing it down.
Ooh, I like that. 3 and change gone here in the 4th. Geiger rolling from Hughes. Abdur-Rahim, a chunk of that one. At Geiger 0 for 8 from the floor. Abdur-Rahim, a quick move around Ratliff, can't slam it home. Smith missing on the follow. Here come the Sixers flying again. Geiger from Snow, one more for Lynch. Chilcutt in there. Geiger saves it in. What a play by Matt. And the Sixers here with a fresh 24. Allen Iverson continues to resign on the Sixer bench. Hughes ducking behind the Ratliff pick. Fellow rookie Henderson on him, 5 to shoot. Larry Hughes. Geiger. And finally brought down by Smith, and he's fouled by Matt Geiger. It'll be Matt's 5th.
It's one of those frustration fouls by Matt Geiger. Smith comes down with the rebound. 76ers are tipping it around, but take a look at Smith coming down with it. There's Matt Geiger just reaching around. Felt he should have had the tip in.
So Geiger now will rest, and Harvey Grant will come in to spell him with 4 and change gone in the 4th. The Sixer lead is 7 as Bibby dips it and gets 2. Bibby is 5 for 7 for 12, now contending with Allen Iverson. He's come back for Larry Hughes. The Sixers up 5. Iverson, who had 18 of his 27 in the 3rd. The stare down with Bibby. Smith runs at him. Lynch had it blocked. And a shot clock violation on the Sixers. Their 14th turnover of the night. Sharif Abdur-Rahim getting a rest here. Michael Smith goes out as well. Felipe Lopez has come back. And in fact now, we're wondering if Abdur-Rahim is going out, and in fact he does. Hill with a late word for Felipe Lopez. Tony Massenberg coming back for the Grizzlies. Bibby to a rolling Massenberg who delivers 2. Nicely consummated by Bibby and Massenberg.
I like what I've seen so far out of Bibby tonight.
Very steady, Steve.
Yep.
Very much like Mo Cheeks. Iverson contends with Lopez. Lynch dipping in. Chilcutt for the Grizzlies. The Sixer lead is 3. 5 rebounds in the game for Chilcutt. Thinking 3, Lynch putting some hands on him. And the personal foul on Lynch, that is number 5, and we have a timeout. So 2 starters in the front line for the Sixers with 5 personals apiece. We'll be back. Day camps, overnight camps, learn the game from the pros. Call the Sixers camps at 610-668-7676.
Let's take a look at the storyline brought to you by Jeep. Fourth quarter points. Vancouver outscoring Philadelphia here. 11-4 is Philadelphia shooting just 18%. Ratliff, great game so far. 14 points, 8 blocks, which ties the career high. And Allen Iverson, big third quarter, 18 in the third. He's got 27.
Theo with 5 of those blocks in the first quarter. That a new record for an opponent in a quarter against the Grizzlies. Here's Vancouver out of the timeout, trailing the Sixers by 3. Lopez strong to the goal, and he got 2, and he earned it. Felipe Lopez only his second field goal. He averages 7. The legend out of Rice High School in New York City. 4 years at St. John's, and now a rookie in the NBA. 6 straight for the Grizzlies now to make it a 1-point game. And they get it to who else? Allen Iverson. Lopez locking onto him. Ratliff given room by Massenberg. 5 to shoot for the Sixers. Iverson, a healthy 3. Out of bounds, it'll belong to the Grizzlies.
Half-court offense now is what you're going to need. You're going to need good, solid defense. Take the breaks when you can. But you're going to have to run your half-court sets properly. That's what I was talking about in the first half.
Bibby working on Snow. Lopez slashes in. Runs into resistance. And a Sixer foul. It's on Eric Snow. It's 4 on him.
Lopez, good solid pump fake. Getting a couple guys up in the air. Lopez getting the bump from Eric Snow.
And now Lopez can put Vancouver in front for the first time tonight, should he sink both. Lopez, a 63% shooter coming into tonight.
Doesn't get much bend in the knees. Shoots pretty much straight. Consequently, you're going to miss some of those shots. Get a little bit more bend, get a little more follow through.
The 5th tie of the game, locked at 74. Iverson, Bibby runs at him, helping Lopez. Grant, open the clean study, got 2, a big 2 for Harvey Grant. His first field goal of the night. And his first field goal of the trip. Bibby loses control. Snow, a big reason why it goes out of bounds, and Vancouver will keep it. As Abdur-Rahim comes back for J.R. Henderson. It's been a mighty struggle for him tonight. Exactly 5 minutes to go in the 4th. The Sixers leading by 2, 76-74. Ten to shoot for Vancouver. Massenberg rolling from Bibby. Massenberg with 16. Tied at 76. The call to Ratliff. Almost lost it. Hughes in, and he slams for 2. He just blew by Abdur-Rahim, and he dunked for 2 of his dozen.
That's a quick move too, wasn't it? I mean, he just got that ball. Rahim took a step out. Boom, Larry Hughes was by him for the jam.
Sixers nudge ahead by a deuce. Bibby.
Wow, took it right to the cup. Theo Ratliff being pushed out of there by Massenberg. Theo couldn't get his 9th block of the night, and Bibby takes it right to the cup for the lay-in.
Bibby with 14 and 8 assists tonight. Under 4 minutes now to go here in the 4th. Ratliff again planted against Massenberg. Eric Snow all the way with the left hand. Hughes with a follow-up, and he got 2. Suspended in midair was Larry Hughes. A huge bucket for the Sixers, and the rookie with 14.
Sixers had this thing in control at the end of 3. Let Vancouver back in it. Now they're in a dogfight.
Again, the pick and roll. Massenberg falls. Abdur-Rahim for 3. It would have given them the lead. Iverson can't save it. It goes out of bounds. And the Grizzlies will have it.
The outlet pass. Allen can't get it. Right into Tommy Mack. Saving the day. Don't let him out of there, Tommy. Keep him on the court.
Tom McGinnis, the 76ers' outstanding radio voice. Now we have a little cleanup here as Larry Brown is in conversation with Hugh Evans. And Tom McGinnis doesn't miss a beat, no matter who's coming at him. Grizzlies have it with 3:20 to play. They trail the Sixers by 2, 80-78. This time they pick and roll Bibby and Chilcutt. And now it's Massenberg's turn. Ratliff helping Snow. Massenberg.
Tony Massenberg forced into starting tonight, even though he has a sprained left wrist. Doing a heck of a job tonight. He's got 18 and 5 boards, 9 of 15.
Geiger has Massenberg if he wants him. Matt still without a field goal. Snow with 3 to shoot. Eric Snow for the lead. Yes! Eric Snow with 6 and 8 assists. And again, the Sixers lead by 2. 2:25 and counting here in the 4th. Bibby against Snow. Now Geiger has him on a switch. Bibby for 3 in the lead. Lynch has a man. It's Geiger, and Bibby, playing defensive back, steals it back for Vancouver. 2 minutes to play. The Sixer lead is 2, 82-80. Bibby all the way for 2. Mike Bibby has been getting to the glass against the Sixer defense here in the 4th quarter. We're tied again, this time at 82, and the Sixers call timeout. A Final Four preview tomorrow at 9 on Comcast Sportsnet.
Let's take a look at the Vancouver Grizzlies. Tony Massenberg's going to set the screen for Mike Bibby, and then watch Massenberg take it to the hoop. Good, strong screen by Massenberg. The pick, the roll, take it to the hoop strong. That's what you're supposed to do. Vancouver tied here with the Sixers, outscoring Philadelphia here in the 4th, 22-12.
What a combination. The rookie and the former journeyman Massenberg with a game tied at 82. Here are the Sixers. There's Iverson, shoved, nothing called. He goes to the floor and calls timeout. Allen Iverson was pushed in the back, and no call was made against Felipe Lopez. And the Sixers here are charged with a timeout. 76ers, after that home game Friday against Boston on the road, among their meetings, the Bulls in Chicago. Our next UPN 57 affair Tuesday at 8:30. It'll be a 20-second timeout. 76ers now left with 2 full timeouts, and Vancouver left with 3. Mike Bibby, a la Mo Cheeks, really getting to the glass and getting under the Sixers' skin here in the 4th quarter.
Did a great job of getting in front of Matt Geiger, and then slowing down, keeping his body between the ball and the defender, not letting Geiger get the block. Theo Ratliff couldn't get to it either. Mike Bibby, 16 points, 9 assists.
2 steals and only 2 turnovers. In an 82-82 game, the call to Iverson against Lopez. Allen Iverson without a point here in the 4th. Lynch dipping in, finds Geiger in tight, and he's hogtied there just as the 24-second shot clock goes off, and they'll call it on Lopez. It was the 1 foul the Grizzlies had to give.
Boy, take a look at Lopez coming in, as you said, hog-tying Matt Geiger. Matt in the act of shooting. Has a chance now to give the Sixers a 2-point lead if he can knock this free throw down. Larry Brown going offense, defense here. Aaron McKee in. Allen Iverson out.
And with that now, the Sixers are up 2. 1:25 to go here in the 4th. The Sixers by as many as 17, now fighting for their lives as they end this 3-game Western swing. Bibby this time encountering resistance. Lopez gives it up. Bibby in search of Abdur-Rahim against McKee. 3 to shoot, and he puts it in.
Wow.
I'm telling you.
Boy, that was great defense by the Sixers, but even a better play by Bibby, who comes up limping to tie this thing up.
Locked at 84. Sixers ball when we come back. Vancouver has 3 and no 20s. Sixers with 1 and no 20s.
That's right. Yeah.
Right. Okay. But you're putting 1 here.
I'm just going the other way. 3 for Vancouver, 1 for Philadelphia.
Oh no. It's 3 and 0, right? Okay. Sixers ball in an 84-84 game. And after burning the timeout, Larry Brown's team with only 1 left. The Grizzlies still with 3. And they're alive here at GM Place thanks to, among others, Mike Bibby. Bibby with 18 in the game. Here are the Sixers with under a minute to play. Iverson for Geiger. Matt for the lead. And Abdur-Rahim has it for the Grizzlies. 45 seconds now to play. 84-84. Remember, the Grizzlies have never led. Searching for Massenberg, and they overthrew Massenberg into the waiting arms of George Lynch. Got a 6-second difference now between the clocks. Tied at 84.
Allen's going to run off the screen.
And Lopez will chase him. Allen has it now, 4 to shoot. Lopez hits the deck, and a Sixer foul. It's on Eric Snow, and that's his 5th. And the Grizzlies call a timeout. 10.3 to go in a tie game.
Handing off to Allen. He's going to continue on. Boom, lowers the forearms into Lopez. Everybody on the Sixers bench saying, whoa, wait a minute, where's the call? But as you could see, Eric Snow still traveling, knocking down Lopez. So with 10.3 to go, game tied, Vancouver ball.
Now you would think in normal situations that Vancouver would be looking for Sharif Abdur-Rahim, but he has struggled mightily tonight. 2 for 15 from the floor. Their bread and butter play, Steve, has been that pick and roll with Mike Bibby and Tony Massenberg.
Absolutely, that's the one I would go to.
They rise here at GM Place.
Put Chilcutt on the one side that you're coming off of. Try to get the pick and roll. You've got a couple options. I wouldn't even bother with Abdur-Rahim. 2 for 15. He's got 14 points, 8 rebounds, but 10 of those coming from the free throw line. As you said, Mark, the bread and butter has been the pick and roll, and Chilcutt is having a great game himself. 6 of 12, knocked down a couple 3 balls. He's got 16 points.
And each team now left with 1 timeout. In the meantime, the 76ers home on Friday at the First Union Center. If you can't make it out, the action on Comcast Sportsnet against those Boston Celtics. And then on the road at Atlanta, at Chicago, and at Miami. And note the UPN 57 game at Chicago, 8:30 the start time for that one. Well, the Grizzlies have never led, and in fact, the Sixers with a lead as large as 17, but perish all of those thoughts. The game coming down now to the final 10.3 of regulation, tied at 84. The 76ers trying to break that two-game losing streak. Both of those losses incurred here on their western swing at Portland and at Seattle. And tonight at Vancouver, the Grizzlies have been game with all their injuries. No Bryant Reeves, no Doug West, no Lee Mayberry, and they have fought back here. And the 16,000 plus GM place rising in appreciation as the Grizzlies will have it.
Boy, you would hate to see another Milwaukee or Orlando game here. 76ers had this one in hand.
Abdur-Rahim to inbound. Lynch with his back to him. You get 5 seconds. They find Bibby. The pick and roll with Massenberg. Bibby all the way in. The floaters. No! And it goes out of bounds. It'll belong to the Sixers with 3.3 to go. And they burn their final timeout. Mike Bibby with a clean, scary look, Steve, from about 4 feet away.
Man, I'll tell you what, that gets your heart pumping. Bibby getting into the paint. We've seen him score a number of times on the 76ers, getting the ball right up to the rim. Getting the move there into the paint, rising up over the outstretched fingertips of a couple defensive players, bounces around and off a Vancouver player. Bibby getting into the paint. One more look at it. Right off of Felipe Lopez's fingertips. Sixers ball, 3.3 to go. Bibby, a clean look at the hoop.
And Larry Brown signaling for the final timeout available for his 76ers.
.3 is a long, long time.
Sixers tonight laboring without Tyrone Hill. Expected to return to action Friday at the First Union Center. Larry Brown sending out Allen Iverson. It looks like Larry Hughes, Aaron McKee, Matt Geiger, and Theo Ratliff.
Sixers no timeouts. So you're going to have to get the ball in. If you're Vancouver, you pressure the basketball.
Vancouver does have 1 timeout. Nobody with a foul to give, and the ball must be inbounded here into the front court.
Get the ball to Allen. Let him come off a screen by either Matt Geiger or Theo Ratliff. Try to get a quick pick and roll for about a 15, 18-foot jump shot for the W.
They get it to Hughes against Bibby, plows him over, and a traveling violation as the clock runs out. I believe they will put some time back onto the clock. 0.3 of a second will be put back on the clock for Vancouver as Larry Hughes had the potential game winner in his hands.
Larry Hughes going from right to left. There's the walking call. Could have been a charge. Larry Brown can't believe it. You catch the ball square up. You've got time for one dribble and a jump shot instead of trying to get all the way to the hoop. Rookie mistake, but he'll learn.
We have a timeout with 0.3 of a second to go in regulation, locked up at 84. And make it out the action on Comcast Sportsnet Friday at 7 o'clock. NBA rules state with 0.3 of a second to go, as we tell you. No one has a timeout, nor does anyone have any fouls to give. It's got to be an alley-oop.
Well, it's got to be an alley-oop or a tip-in. But as I just said, the one thing I would look for, spread the floor, try to set a back screen, and try to get the foul before the ball is entered. Try to use Bibby as the guy that's setting the back screen, maybe on Massenberg or Chilcott, and try to get the bump, fall down, see if the official will buy it.
Rick Mahorn, his first appearance of the evening. And his first, for that matter, on the trip.
He's going to take a delay of game.
Here it is.
See, Bibby's coming out. Now let's see if they change it up here a little bit.
A rookie, J.R. Henderson, is into the game, inbounding the ball. Toward the hoop it goes, off the backboard, and that'll do it. We are going to overtime. So the 76ers' one and only Western swing of the season is lengthened that much more. Tied at 84 after 4 quarters. Back with the overtime right after this.
Let's take a look at our Toyota turning point of the game. Mike Bibby getting into the paint, getting the kiss off the glass to tie it up at 84. Bibby having a whale of a game. 18 points, 9 assists, couple steals, and missed the game winner.
The Grizzlies 1-2 in overtime, winning at LA against the Clippers, losing here in 3 overtimes against Boston, and here just 4 days ago against San Antonio. And as it goes out of bounds, we'll jump it again. The 76ers coming in 1-1 in overtime, defeating New Jersey at the First Union Center, and also losing at the First Union Center against Washington. The only victory for Vancouver in the history of the meetings between these franchises as the Sixers gained the first possession was in overtime. It came January 5th of '96, Blue Edwards beating the buzzer. Sixers have it here to begin the overtime. Lynch against Abdur-Rahim, and as he goes baseline, we have a foul. It is on Tony Massenburg. You're allowed 3 team fouls in the extra session. You are allowed 3 timeouts. Meantime, 3 Sixers with 5 personals apiece: Lynch, Geiger, and Snow. Snow and Lynch on the floor right now, with Geiger also, Ratliff and Iverson. Indeed, the starting 5 for the Sixers. The call to Ratliff against Chilcutt. And Chilcutt and Lynch go for that one. Lynch is just fouled out of the game. His 6th personal foul.
That's a big foul out for the 76ers. Let's see if Brian Hill goes down to Abdur-Rahim now in the low post. George Lynch fouling out with 10 points. Turnaround jump shot by Theo Ratliff. Chilcutt coming down with the defensive board. George Lynch trying to get it, fouls Chilcutt.
Grizzlies, their first possession. Bibby strong to the hole, had it blocked by Geiger and picked up by Ratliff. A timely block by Matt Geiger, who was without a field goal tonight, but a big defensive play to keep it tied at 84. The first minute of overtime. Iverson in search of his first point since the 3rd quarter. The runner is short. Out of bounds, last touch by Chilcutt. The Sixers have it with 6 to shoot as Iverson took a beating on that drive. Again, 6 to shoot for the Sixers. Harvey Grant, who came in for the since departed Lynch. Geiger got Massenburg in the air. The drive, no. Grant the follow, no. Ratliff the tip, no. And finally, a shot clock violation on the Sixers. It'll belong to Vancouver.
But didn't hit the rim? Sure did.
Larry Brown's all the way out the midcourt to stake that claim.
Well, it went off the Sixers anyway, I think, didn't it?
Absolutely.
It hits the rim, no question about it. Who did go off, though, finally?
But I think what they will claim is the Sixers were last to touch it anyway.
Yep. Harvey Grant touching the ball last.
So the Grizzlies will get it here. Searching for the first points of overtime. Chilcutt will spot. That's for 3. Lopez the pull. Bibby for their first lead of the game. He's been terrific in the fourth quarter, and now in overtime, 20 in all. Allen Iverson, good look for Ratliff, who's fouled in the act. That would have counted. And Theo Ratliff will go to the line for two. It is on Felipe Lopez. That's his fourth.
Allen Iverson coming off the screen, going hard, getting a nice little hook pass down to Theo Ratliff. But take a look at Felipe Lopez not allowing Theo Ratliff to get the hoop. Going to have to earn it from the free throw line. Defense for Vancouver really picked up here in the fourth. 76ers shooting just 35% in the fourth quarter. Make it 33%. Vancouver at 56% in the fourth.
Ratliff now taking aim at a tie game. Theo, perfect in his first trips to the line tonight. He has 16, 7 boards, and he's tied a career high with 8 blocks. And we're locked at 86. Bibby again. Lopez. Iverson shuts him off. Bibby. One more. Abdur-Rahim flies in, and Ratliff, a career high 9 blocks, and what a time for it. Sixers look to go in front. Iverson, that's for 3. Yes! And he's fouled.
Oh, man. Great play. 2 great defensive plays by the 76ers. The block by Matt Geiger. The block by Theo Ratliff. As Mark said, a career high 9 blocks. Kicking the ball over to Allen Iverson for the 3 ball. It's good and 1.
Allen Iverson, his first points, 4 of them in all. My goodness, since that terrific third quarter when he reeled off 18. And now, suddenly a 4-point lead in overtime, and an offensive foul is called on Bibby. Eric Snow absorbing the hit. And Vancouver now at the limit in overtime, 3 team fouls.
Work the offense. Get a good look at it. Make Brian Hill use a timeout.
And a technical foul on Hill.
Boy, not a good time for a technical foul. Brian Hill should know better than that. It's a 4-point game. This technical could give it a 5-point game. Allen misses the free throw, so it didn't cost Brian anything but a couple bucks.
Allen Iverson, by the way, the 12th time this season he has struck for 30 or more. Sixers with 12 to shoot. Past the halfway point of the overtime. Iverson, Lopez locks onto him, 3 to shoot. Allen into action, gets it up. Took a hit, and a shot clock violation on the Sixers. For the Sixers, their 18th turnover, make it 19, 21 on the Grizzlies, who now trail the Sixers by 4 with 2:10 to go in the overtime. Grant has Abdur-Rahim fronted. The Sixers have shut him down all night long. Lopez, the rookie. Iverson got wiped away by Massenberg. Chilcutt the miss. Beautifully done by Ratliff in front of Massenberg, a huge board. Sixers need to manage the clock, leading by 4 and a $1:45 to go in the OT. Iverson loses Lopez. Finally taken away by Abdur-Rahim. 90-86 Sixers, 90 seconds to go in the overtime. Geiger has Bibby on a switch. Now Snow is back in position. Chilcutt for Massenberg. Massenberg with 20. The Sixer lead at a deuce. Allen Iverson, it is his show against Lopez. Bibby thinking about the double. Allen, tough shot. Ratliff can't break it free with under a minute to play. The Sixer lead is 2 at 90-88. Abdur-Rahim has Snow on a switch, backs him down, bowls him over, and Grant with a huge block for the Sixers. And as they run, we have a foul. It is on Lopez, his 5th. Harvey Grant joining the block party tonight.
Vancouver gets more shots blocked than anybody in the NBA. Here's another one. Harvey Grant getting the block. There's the foul on Lopez. Wow, 76ers doing the job here defensively in the overtime period, getting 3 blocks.
Well, first of all, we should be shooting the foul. That's unquestioned. The Grizzlies are in the penalty. I don't know what the discussion here is about. Vancouver is awarded a timeout. It comes with 32.5 to go in the overtime. We'll be back with more right after this.
They'll be going to the free throw line, but let's take a look. Here comes Abdur-Rahim coming in. The block by Theo Ratliff. Career high 9 for him. And then on the other end, Allen Iverson ringing the bell from downtown and 1 as he was fouled on the shot attempt. And take a look at Harvey Grant on the spin move, timing it perfectly, coming over from the weak side. Great play by the 76ers. Blocked by Matt Geiger, blocked by Theo Ratliff, blocked by Harvey Grant.
You counted them, Steve. 3 in the overtime and 13 for the game. And we did confirm, as Rick Mahorn, the player assistant coach for the 76ers, counseling Allen Iverson, we did confirm the Sixers will be shooting the foul. Allen Iverson, a 4-point play in overtime, his first points since he ripped the cotton for 18 in the 3rd quarter. He has 31 in all, the 47th time in his career that he has done that. And now Allen Iverson getting some counseling from Larry Brown on how to act now with 32.5 to go in the overtime. Well, the Sixers have clearly sweated this one out, leading by as many as 17. And the Grizzlies coming back to force the extra session. They actually led at one point, in fact, for the first time tonight after a field goal by Mike Bibby. Larry Brown saying, what's the holdup? As some milling around here, and finally, Allen Iverson will step to the stripe.
Well, Larry Brown doesn't want Allen Iverson to get cold. You come out there, everybody starts milling around, and the players start thinking about it, but Allen Iverson steps up, knocks down the first one, makes it a 3-point game. Make this one, it's a 2-possession game.
And Massenberg hauls it in for Vancouver, and they call a timeout. So a 3-point game. And we know the damage that Pete Chilcutt has done from beyond tonight. In all, he's got 16. And perhaps he is anointed for Vancouver after the ensuing timeout. Clock back east. 76ers flying out after this one. A miserable night tonight for Sharif Abdur-Rahim. 2 for 17 from the field. And only 14 points, well below his average of 23.5 as Larry Brown diagnosed a brilliant game plan, and people like Theo Ratliff and Aaron McKee executed on the defensive end to perfection, holding the Grizzlies' big gun under wraps. About a 7.5-second difference between the clocks. The Sixer lead right now is 3. Lopez, the rookie, will inbound. Iverson playing off the ball, and Massenberg has it for Vancouver. A 3 will tie it. Abdur-Rahim works it against Grant, and a foul on the floor, the first in the last 2 minutes on the Sixers, so it should be a side court inbound for Vancouver, and it is.
Abdur-Rahim 2 for 17. At some point, young fella, you got to learn to be a decoy.
Got a 2-second difference now between the clocks. Chilcutt searching for Abdur-Rahim, runs into resistance, and a foul coming up.
Abdur-Rahim 10 for 10 from the free throw line. See if we can jinx him here. Team down 3. Brian Hill hoping that he makes the deuce, makes both. Pull Vancouver to within 1, and then look for the quick foul by Vancouver.
They call that foul on Eric Snow, and I think that's it for Eric, as Matt Geiger comes in. Still trying to confirm. Snow has gone to the bench, as Abdur-Rahim makes it a 2-point game. Snow has fouled out of the game now officially. So the second Sixer to foul out of the game, Lynch and now Eric Snow.
Okay, now let's see if Vancouver fouls immediately.
Into the hands of Iverson. Bibby riding him in a 1-point game. And a foul is called. It is on Bibby. That's 4 on him. Both teams in the penalty now with 16.8 to go in the extra session.
Take a look. There's the foul by Bibby. If you're Brian Hill, you say that's okay. I would have denied Allen the basketball, though, as quickly as possible and forced somebody else to handle it. And then at that stage, foul immediately. Allen Iverson gets to the line 11 times. Big time free throw shooter coming down the stretch, about 77%. But I'd like to see what that free throw percentage is toward the end of ball games.
Larry Hughes in for Matt Geiger. This to make it a 3-point game. Got it. So Allen Iverson perfect in his last 2 trips to the line. In all, he has 34. And now the Sixers lead by 3. 16.8 to go here at GM Place in overtime. We'll be back. On the heels of Theo Ratliff's 9th block of the game, a career high. And Iverson moments ago with 2 huge free throws to make it a 3-point game. Now, if you're Vancouver, do you go for the quick 2?
Oh, absolutely. 16.8 seconds to go. You hope you can score within the first 3, 4, 5 seconds. The inbounds pass, deny Allen Iverson the ball, which I would have done if I was Vancouver the last time, and then try to foul somebody else that might not be as good a free throw shooter as Allen is coming down the stretch.
They get it to Lopez. Hughes on him. Abdur-Rahim thinking 3. Lopez thinking 3. 8 to go. Finally Bibby for 3 and a tie. No. Hughes and Ratliff up for that one. Larry has it with about a second to go. 9/10 of a second exactly here in the overtime. And that, you hope, will do it, as we'll walk the floors now to shoot the free throws.
Well, I have no idea why they went for the 3 ball. I really don't. I mean, you take a look at Vancouver. They do not take many anyway. Take a look right here as Bibby fires up the 3. You knew as soon as it left his hand it was going to be short and to the left. And there's the foul.
Larry Hughes with a chance to salt this game away.
Make one, forget about it. There it is.
There it is, his first free throw attempted tonight. Larry Hughes, an excellent game overall. 15 points, 6 boards, 3 assists. Make it 16, 1 away from his season and career high. And the 76ers, my friends, hang on here in overtime to beat the Vancouver Grizzlies in their final game of this 3-game Western swing. Allen Iverson dropping 34, including a 4-point play to damage the hopes of Brian Hill and the Grizzlies here in the extra session. The final score tonight from GM Place in Vancouver, British Columbia. The 76ers in overtime defeat the Grizzlies by a final score of 95-90.